Well, if you missed last week's show, let me catch you up to speed real fast. We're still out in Big Sky Country, still in Montana, and we're trying to get my dad his first bow kill.
He started up again a few months ago, so he's like a beginner, really.
Now, we have had a couple warm-up shots.
First attempt to kill a buck, I choked. I tried to last week, don't punch me. Like I just rushed my shot, got too excited. Too bad. Reach my own pin again. I'm guessing that it's the Indian, not the arrow.
But as the old saying goes,
hey, it's a proven fact. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
I was gonna say third time's a charm, but kind of like where Dad's head's at. Now, last week on the show, I killed a really, really beautiful 10-pointer out there.
10 o'clock, yeah, we're 4 shots in. Throw back some Jaeger, let's shoot it again. I got this buzz on a rise, and I'm on my way. And where I stop, I just can't say. And we play that country music.
I mean, I smoked this, but blood just... We got it done, baby. One of my favorite states to hunt in, Montana. You can see why right here. Hey, y'all might want to watch where you set your bow down. There's some sharp points back here. He's a good one, ain't he, Daddy? He made a bad mistake.
I'm in the back of Jordan's Ram pickup truck, and I get a text message, and it's Zach with a great big old elk.
The same night I shot my buck, he just now got out of the woods with that elk. Same night I shot my Montana buck. That's a good elk, man.
He had 2 days to hunt, and he was out in Utah on an elk hunt, and he killed his elk on the first day.
That's your range, baby, that's right. God darn, man, I'm proud of you, boy, that's awesome.
Well, I had killed my buck, man, I was done, and Dad still had a buck tag and a doe tag in his pocket. Well, you know, Dad jumped up in the same stand I killed my buck in the next morning, and the stud daddy, the Big Ten, and a host of other bucks were coming in right to his stand.
Kip killed his 10-pointer, and they all decided probably a good spot for me to go the next morning. And that's what we did. We sit up there in the same stand that he had been in the previous day.
Well, it didn't take long, man. Dad and Jeff are covered up with some deer. They got that great big old gnarly buck that we'd seen earlier in the week. He's got crazy tall brow tines, just big, heavy, older deer coming right to him. Got a couple other deer in between them, and then that stud of a 10-pointer is right behind them.
There's 2 or 3 of them coming right to us. I realized that the front one was the biggest one. The cameraman even said, hey, shoot the first one.
Sure enough, man, these deer walked right under the tree stand.
As I pulled back on him, he looked a little nervous and took a couple of steps. Give me a second. At that point, he got in my head a little bit. I thought he was going to take off running. I'm on him. You shot at the wrong deer.
Well, Dad clearly shot the deer that was off camera. And when the camera swings around to him, I mean, he's white as spit in a cotton field when he looks at the camera.
And right after I shot my buck, I was feeling great about the shot. And what did I hear my cameraman say? What did you shoot that one for? I was talking about the one in front. Yeah, he moved that my way before I get on him, and I shot the second one behind him. It was about that time I was thinking, I wonder if Jeff's ever been tasered.
Dad's got beat up all week, man. He's missed some deer. He played head games with himself. He's beat himself up. Then he shoots the deer that Jeff is not on.
Yeah, I know, but he got behind those things. I couldn't see him. I hadn't taken my best shot. I thought they were in the same frame probably, but hey, 1 in the hand's worth 2 in the bush.
I mean, people in glass houses sink ships, or whatever other cliche you want to say. You need to make like a tree and shoot the daggone thing on video.
I'm afraid to celebrate because
I really wish we could have taken that back and just let him have his first deer kill without giving him crap for, you know, shooting the wrong deer. That kind of stuff happens, especially if you don't have any experience being on camera.
All I can do is go back to Virginia. They can, whatever they say, they can kill me, but they can't eat me.
You know, this brings to light though, man. That's why we wanted to show this segment. A, because it's Dad's first bow kill, but B, the communication between producer and hunter and how to make this thing all go down. It's not easy, man. It takes a lot, and you know, if you're not ready for every single scenario, you definitely can screw things up.
Don't get no better than that. The only thing that could have been good if I'd have stuck him to the ground like I know he was dead.
I think it would have been good if you shot the right deer. Smoking?
Well, I'm not sure. I would think so, but maybe not. Well, look
It looks about as good as it gets.
Once the disappointment of not getting it on video kind of wore off a little bit, then Josh rolls up with the guides and is like playing a prank on my dad.
Unbeknownst to me, they had watched the whole thing from several hundred yards away through binoculars.
They're in the Ram pickup truck across the field watching the whole hunt go down.
They knew my deer was down within 100 yards of where I was at. They were just making a joke out of it.
Smoking?
Well, I'm not sure. You sure you shot it? You sure how you feel with your shot and all that crap?
Where do you think you hit?
I think I shot a little high.
which made everything even worse on the old man.
What do you think?
What I think? I hope it'll find it. I thought they came through here.
Which way did he go? Did he go this way or?
This way, you sure? You see any blood? That's aggravating. I didn't see him go that way. I thought I got
Did he look like that deer right there?
Yeah, it was like him right there. Y'all dog.
We saw him driving in. I drove over him.
To finally see Dad get a good reaction, man, when he finally figured out that deer was down, and it wasn't a big deer. I mean, it was probably a 2-year-old, just small 8-pointer, but daggone, man, that's the biggest deer. It's the only deer he's ever killed with a bow and arrow.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congrats, man.
Thank you.
First bow, buck?
Yeah, first anything with the cameraman messed up. He was on the wrong deer.
Cameraman's fault.
Yeah,
It always is.
yeah. I was trying to shoot the deer I wanted, and he wanted me to shoot the one he wanted. So
I was pumped, man, and Josh and everybody was happy for him, and he absolutely smoked this deer. I wish y'all could have seen it.
I will get y'all back for screwing with me like that somewhere. Well, appreciate it, fellas. Y'all set me on a hot spot today.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I finally got one. I missed a few this week and kind of embarrassed myself, but this makes up for it all. And this is about as exciting as it gets, I can tell you that. I'll never hunt with a deer with a rifle again.
Any bow kills a trophy.
They get back to the hotel to tell me about the deer, and they roll up. Oh, come on, man. Come on now. Did you whack him down, Daddy? We're high-fiving and telling all these stories and all this stuff, and I'm looking at the deer, and I'm like, it's a lot of time and money and energy to get out there, and we're counting on some good kills on video. So I'm thinking, this means my dad got his first bow kill, and I've got a great kill shot for my show.
It's funny on the film.
My first bow kill was about an 80-pound doe.
He was on the biggest one and he said, "You shot the wrong way." It was pretty funny.
You can see there for a moment I didn't talk a whole lot. It kind of took the wind out of my sails, just this much.
So tell me what happened. Did you get on video?
And then I hear my dad say yes and Jeff say no.
You did? Okay.
Everything except the kill shot.
Which is confusing.
Oh, they didn't?
Kip was happy for me that I got my first bow kill, but it was pretty obvious that he was trying to hide the fact that he was upset that we didn't get it on video.
We got to work on y'all's communication skills.
That's why we wanted to show this segment. A, because it's Dad's first bow kill, but B, the communication between producer and hunter and how to make this thing all go down, it's not easy, man. It takes a lot, and you know, if you're not ready for every single scenario, you definitely can screw things up a lot of the times, and that's just part of it, man. You just like missing, unfortunately, is part of hunting. Not getting on video sometimes is part of what we do.
That's Dad's first time on video right there, so he's hunting.
Well, we didn't get that deer on video, but the trip wasn't over. Dad still had a doe tag in his pocket, and we still had a goal of getting one laid down on video.
Even though we getting older.
Now me and Dad are just doe hunting, so it's kind of relaxing, man, for me at least. You know, really my goal was more to get Dad a kill with a bow and arrow and give something back to him that he gave me so many years ago, a love for bow hunting. I was so glad that he killed his buck, and I was even more happy that it kind of lit a fire under him to get the filming side of things right, because he was going out that evening and try to kill a doe. He still had a doe tag, so his goal for that evening was kill a doe on video or don't kill anything at all.
Last evening here in Montana whitetail hunt, we shot a buck this morning, 4x4 this morning, and we're here this evening trying to fill our doe tags. We've seen doe all around us already. We've got a few hours daylight left, and hope we'll get a big doe coming here in a minute so we can finish up our trip and head home tomorrow morning.
Well, you know, it's early season. It's September out here in Montana, and the rut, obviously, we were thinking wasn't kicking or anything, but this just goes to show you that bucks will fight over other things than does.
Look at the far right of the backfield. They're going at it. Oh, dang. Oh, he just pushed him down.
It was kind of cool because Jeff's filming it from closer. Me and Josh are several hundred yards across the field, and we're getting to watch this thing through binoculars. I mean, these bucks went after it, man. It was alfalfa and snot and spit and antlers flying everywhere.
We had like 3 different bucks fighting each other. We just had a September knockdown, drag out fight between 2 great big bucks about 500 yards and 400 yards away. He's still out there looking around. That was worth the trip. Watch that. We saw several does come out and they were pretty spooked, and finally one came out. About a 40-some yard shot, a little over 40 yards, which was a lot. It was a pretty good distance for me.
I'm telling you, dude, you can't go wrong. The race hypodermic is murder. Awesome. That was awesome, man. They dove all around us, couldn't move.
That was awesome. 40 yards, furthest shot ever killed one.
Well, finally, we had some communication between the rookie camera guy and the rookie bow hunter, and they came together and got it done on this big old nanny.
That's awesome. I'm hooked. I'm hooked on camera. I'm sorry for the fool, but that's all right.
Hey, you just redeemed yourself right there, brother. That doe went down 100 yards on film.
That is awesome. That's the best feeling in the world, man. No, second best feeling in the world.
You know, this doe bled out within seconds of that arrow hitting her. She definitely reacted to the shot a little bit, so the shot looks a little far back, but if you actually track this in this Hoyt high-speed impact replay, you know, the arrow was heading for the money spot, baby. It was going to the 10 ring, and she just happened to move just a little bit before the shot. And at 40 yards, that can change a lot of things. But between clipping that artery and coming out pretty good on the other side, she bled out within seconds of that arrow hitting her.
That was fun, man. We had them all around us, and it's a red arrow. A red arrow. Let's see what we got. It was pumping pretty good. We came out today and we had a doe tag left, and we were surrounded by does for about the first hour we were here. Most of them were real small, so we waited for one fairly good sized one, and she jumped the fence about 40 yards behind us and took a shot, and shot a little bit backwards behind her a little bit, but she didn't go very far. Been an awesome day, bucking a doe, and been a lot of fun. Never forget this place. I'll be back next year.
Man, what a week. You know, we had our ups and downs, and we got to picking at each other, and the whole camera thing, for somebody being new on camera, throws a whole wrench in the system sometimes, and that's just part of it, man. That's part of what we do. But the main point of the whole week was me and my dad got to spend some time together in God's creation in some of the most beautiful country in the country.
We got to see quite a bit of the country. We drove 36 hours across country. It's my first trip across the Midwest. Most beautiful country I'd ever seen in the world. That was worth the trip in itself. And just being able to see God's great creation. This was a trip of a lifetime for me at the time, but now I plan on doing it as many times as I can before I die because it's awesome. I loved every minute of it.
Man, I hope you enjoyed the show this week and last week too. You know, we had so much footage we could not cram it into one show, and it was kind of cool because it was a long story and it was a good one about how Dad got his first bow kill. He got his first kill on video, and if you've never had an experience being on television, it's a pretty nerve-wracking experience, and I think he handled it pretty good being on there for the first time with a bow and arrow in his hands anyway. Another cool thing about the week is Zach had 3 days out in Utah with his father-in-law. They both had a great hunt, and Zach killed his first ever bull elk, which is a big deal, man. In the bow hunting world, the elk is about as sought after animal as you can find. And killing your first elk is pretty special, and I know Zach and Manny and all them enjoyed that out there. Couldn't ask for a better trip, man, and I can't wait to take my dad back to Montana next year.
You know, Kip was really excited at the fact that I killed my first bow. Well, I killed my first bow.
Now me and Dad are just bow hunting. So.
Nah, hold on.
I'm this kind of hunter. This kind of hunter.
Play it back, see, help me with some wording here.
Every deer we've gone to Montana.
Upset it. Nah, you said it wrong again.
That's perfect.
And had great success in harvesting you don't harvest deer, you harvest butter beans.
The producer stuck and started, dip.
My release smells like it's been in Andre the Giant's jockstrap during WrestleMania. Smells like a cross between a skunk and a whole foot.